Alright, well, welcome back, everyone, to the Castlevania Ravenloft game. Sunraiser, you have wall meat ready?
Always do.
Alright. We have Elias and Mr. Jeeves with us, just Jack is absent for the time being. Alright, so what happened last week? Let's see. We had the Blinsky toys. So you guys made Blinsky's day by giving him plenty of stuff to look into, and you bought quite a bit of his merchandise. So he's very pleased with that. You visited the church and kind of squared things away there. Ezek made an appearance, which is the first time he's ever done. He's never entered that church before, according to Father Lucian. That's where Alexandra mentioned the doll and embarrassed him. But she made it up because they went on a date, and he had lots of good information to share during the date. About how he woke up with the arm, the threat of the wolves, how they use him as like a food source, and that's my cat meowing. Saying, hello, cat. He spoke of Lake Zarovich and how it doesn't produce fish anymore, and that doesn't stop one resident who still fishes it. And he said that no one's seen the Mad Mage of Mount Baratok for a while, who used to shoot lightning into that lake and fish that way. And then he mentioned a haunted mansion where a dragon died that is apparently not too far away. Then everyone met back up at the Blue Water Inn as Jack was entertaining all of the guests there. And Malov came in per Jack's request when they were
and discovered Jack's magic finger.
Yes, the Fingler. The Fingler was discovered, and he was beginning to teach him how to be his apprentice and learning the child how to read. So, you guys are all in the Blue Water Inn. It's late afternoon. What would you like to do?
Well, it's about 9 p.m. at least, because Milov showed up, right?
Yes. Yeah. Late after. Yeah, it's actually in the evening. Yeah. Yes, so this would be a good time for a long rest. Is that what you'd like to do?
Yep.
Rest up?
Yes!
I'm down.
Alright. No more little adventures for this day. We'll put it down in the books. It has been a long one.
We should run out and attack the first thing we see.
Alright. What is beeping at me? Is that Facebook? Yes. No?
I'm confused. Mike, what?
Sure, what's up? I haven't applied the long rest yet, if that's what you're wondering.
No, it was just weird. My hit dice just spazzed out and like multiplied themselves, but now they're back to 1 again. It's okay.
Yeah, that's computer problems. We'll see how bad they hurt us tonight. Okay, the party's taking a long rest. And let's see here. Alright, and nothing eventful happens that anyone notices. But you wake up in the morning, everything seems quiet downstairs. What would you like to do now?
It's very quiet.
Yes, very quiet in the morning. Quite peaceful. The beds are very comfortable.
Meow.
And there's a house cat.
There's a stray cat.
Yeah, I think he's probably going to do that until I go and give him food and water.
Yeah, let's give him a character.
Lucky, what kind of class do you want to play? We have a guest over, and he decided to poop in their swimsuit.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. They had their bag open on the floor, and he decided to put a turd in there. He's never done that before. But,
He's claiming them as his own.
He's like
Special.
It's like a 16-year-old cat, so He acts weird every once in a while.
Yeah, he was old when I knew him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a year older than Ember.
Wow.
So, Blue Water Inn.
Right.
Very nice and quiet. Everyone is well rested. Everyone has their spells, their special abilities, and all that good stuff, their health.
Alexandra wants breakfast.
Elias as well. I was just about to say that.
Oh, lucky you want breakfast too, don't you? Let me go take care of this cat. I'll be right back.
The cat joins us.
The Malakoff family is awake to serve their guests, though, so I'm sure that they will get you a nice breakfast soon while I
Wonderful.
feed the cat. Talk amongst yourselves.
Bacon would be delightful.
Bacon eggs. Hell yeah. So what do you guys think we should do today?
Alexandra, did you manage to get any information out of Ezek last night?
She turns beet red and chokes on her drink. Actually, I did.
Oh? What sort?
A few different things, actually. Apparently, he's not quite as horrible as everybody around here makes him seem. For one, he didn't enter into any dark pact that he was aware of to gain his arm. He woke up, and it was there. He passed out drunk.
So it's just as the story says. He just woke up with it. That's crazy. Wow.
And apparently this place has quite a great deal many secrets as well. Almost as many as Barovia.
Yes, I could believe that he's not inherently an evil man, but perhaps just a simple one.
Danica Martikoff comes in. She says, "Oh, guest, you're up early. Fine day to you. What would you like to eat? We make great waffles."
Waffles sound good.
I'll have some waffles. I'd like to compare them against a good friend of mine.
All right.
I'll stick with bacon.
All
If
right.
you have any, please.
Yes, bacon's expensive, but we have some. You're a special guest to us, so perhaps we'll give you a discount. And if you help my husband out with the problem that he mentioned to your friend Jack, then it would be on the house. And she disappears into the kitchen.
So apparently there's a haunted lake not too far from here, gentlemen.
A haunted lake, you say?
Indeed. Ezek told me that that's where the mad sorcerer used to cast lightning into. But he hasn't been seen in quite some time. Something must have frightened off the ghost. But what could frighten off a specter, I wonder?
That sounds curious.
There's also apparently another death house.
Hopefully no rats and bugs.
Well, if you can manage to keep your sticky fingers out of every nook and cranny, my good friend.
No, I can't promise anything.
You said a wizard that threw lightning into a lake?
Yes, apparently it's the same exact one that went up against Strahd, from what I understand.
I was just wondering the same myself. It would be interesting to happen upon this person.
Also, apparently there's a lone gentleman here from Vlaki that goes out and fishes there, but there's no fish left in the lake, according to what Ezek said. Still, he gets up every day and goes.
Short while later, Danica comes back in, and she has several plates in her hand. She's carrying them with such great dexterity. You wonder how many people she might be able to serve at once. But effortlessly, she dishes out 4 plates to all of you and asks, will the children be joining you this morning?
Honestly, I'd like to let them rest. They've been through a great deal over the past few days.
Well, they sure did have fun with Brom and Bray last night. We don't mind looking after them while you poke around town.
Are you sure it's not too much trouble?
No, dearie.
Well, once again, we appreciate your hospitality and everything you've done for us.
It's our pleasure. It's not everybody that comes in with a black feather like you had. We weren't quite expecting to see it. How did you come upon it?
It's funny you should ask. Back in Barovia, just after we finished killing the vampire that was hiding beneath the church, Doru, this raven just happened to fly down and was watching us. And I decided to feed it, and it started following us on our adventure. Little did I know, it actually was a shifter. He assisted us during the battle against the Night Hag.
Well, you know ravens are good luck. They say they're a good omen.
So I hear. It was definitely friendly.
If it was a shifter, did it have a name?
Yes, Malphas.
Huh, Malphas. It's a name I haven't heard before. Interesting creature.
Well, he toned me one of his feathers and told me if I should need to show it here, I would find friends.
And friends you have. We have a bit of a secret. My husband and I are part of the Keepers of the Feather. We host adventurers that find themselves in this land, and we see if they might be worthy opponents to battle evil here in the land. It's important that you don't talk about your feather or us and my husband's affiliation to anyone, especially around this town. We'd like to keep private. If there's other guests around, don't assume that they're with us either.
We'll keep it quiet. You have my word.
So what are you and your bunch doing today?
We were actually just discussing that. I gave him a couple different options we could try. All the rumors I heard from Isaac last night.
Isaac Strosny?
Yes.
Ah, we don't like that monster.
Alexandra, you were telling us a few different interesting things. I'm trying to remember all of the fortunes that we were told. Did you say something about a dragon and a mansion, perhaps?
Yes, that was the death house that Isaac mentioned.
Okay, I'm out of character. I don't think Alexandra mentioned the dragon yet, but we'll just
No, I didn't, yeah.
Okay. It seems that what was told to us by the fortune teller to Mr. Jeeves may have something to do with that. I can't recall the details.
Sure, I can refresh us just out of character.
Yeah.
Jeeves' fortune said, oh, go ahead if you'd like to, Mr. Jeeves. It's in the notes, I believe.
Yeah, I wrote it down. So
I've already read it, but I just want in character somebody else to say it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Jeeves would be best at that.
Yeah, so if I remember right, it was that a Vistani wanders the land alone, searching for her mentor and to seek her out at St. Markovia's Abbey, near the Mists.
That wasn't it. There's more to it.
Yeah, it also mentioned a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope, and the treasure lies in a dragon's house, in hands once clean and now corrupted.
That was it. Yes. a dragon's house. I can't imagine dragons having many more houses.
Right.
Maybe worth a look. I don't know if we would be ready for whatever that is, but the old lady's fortunes do seem to be as truthful as anything I've heard here.
Be that as it may, Elias, are you sure you're up for the adventure?
That I do not know, my friend. We have managed to best everything we've been up against so far, but just barely. And I am not sure if we are able to tackle anything such as a dragon. We've managed to best that wyvern, but I am not looking forward to it, to say the least. It's probably stuck out of my mind because, how I am with the beasts.
Are y'all speaking privately, or is Danica involved in this?
If they're listening, they can hear us.
Yeah, she's more than welcome to eavesdrop.
Yeah, as long as you guys weren't trying to maintain a bit of privacy, and she wasn't, as long as she feels like she's part of the conversation, she'll...
Yeah, she asked what we were doing. We all just kind of started the open discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she says, might you be talking about the Argynvost? You mentioned a dragon. That's the only place around here that we've heard a legend of a dragon dying.
So it's a dead dragon. That's my favorite kind.
Well, not all dragons might be as bad as you might think. They say this one was good.
Huh.
It fought the armies of Strahd when they invaded this land. You'll hear some say that Strahd has this place by birthright, but it's not true. He conquered this land.
Is that so?
Aye, indeed.
Interesting. Well, if it's a dead dragon, I like it much better. This is the only thing that I can recall that meshes with what the old lady had told us. So, if this leads us somehow to dealing with Strahd, I guess it could be a first step for us. But I just don't know if it's should be a first step or a later step. We can't know unless we try, I suppose.
Are you talking about a Vistani fortune teller?
Yes, we did go there at the Sur Pool.
Ah, yes. This town is very prejudiced against the Vistani folk. But you won't find me and my husband acting like that. There's been a time or two when a few Vistani had snuck in, and we had to keep them here undercover for a bit until we could get them out safely.
Yes, I think the town's discontent with the Vistani people is born more out of paranoia than anything, most likely.
Well, paranoia is the speciality of the Baron. I'm sure
Yes,
it definitely holds sway over the town.
For sure, and I don't doubt that there are some Vistani that may be aiding Strahd or have some partnership with him, but I can't imagine that all of them do, as we ran into a few now that have been quite helpful to us.
That's a very wise way of thinking.
So what do the rest of you think, given this new information we have?
I think it's definitely worth some investigation.
But can we leave the town yet? Are we beholden to the festival?
Jeeves, do you currently have handcuffs on, manacles?
No.
Those were
Izek took
removed.
them off.
Okay.
Yeah. That's actually what Izek came to the church to do, was to take them off.
I guess he needed to use them elsewhere.
And do you recall anything of that conversation when he did that? About leaving?
Nope.
No, me neither.
Off the top of my head, no.
I don't know if he said anything about leaving.
We could probably let him know that we're leaving, maybe. I don't know.
Alexandra, I remember, mentioned to him that they weren't going to stay in town for long, but he seemed to think that they should stay until the festival, at least, since they're such honored guests.
Would would they be permitted to leave if they were to promise to return?
You'd have to ask him, I guess.
I think we could be back in time for that. I mean, it shouldn't take us days to get there and back, I wouldn't think. But I don't know how far away it is either.
Well, we've only got 2 days left before the festival, so...
You're asking about how far away somewhere was. Where are you looking to go?
The mansion we were talking about earlier.
I've never been there. Don't know exactly where it's at. But, the rumors have it to where it's not terribly far. It's just a bit south from here, I believe. But you'd have to take the western roads. You'd have to go over the bridge, and I believe it may have been around the woods in that area.
Okay.
I'm not the best person to ask, to be honest.
We could ask Isaac for more precise directions.
Yes, I suppose if we have to let him know that we're leaving anyway, we could ask for more precise directions. It seems that we do have his ear now through some effort of your own.
Danica raises an eyebrow. Look of concern on her face.
And once again, Alexandra turns beet red and buries her face in her drink.
I wonder what Jack did with that boy last night. I don't see him.
Phrasing.
He was quite the character last night. I have not seen him perform in such a flamboyant manner before.
He was in fine form, wasn't he?
Yeah. His stories get grander and grander about apparently what he likes to propose that I've done.
You love the attention, admit it.
I'm at least getting more used to it, I suppose.
It's about this time that Rictavio makes an appearance up at the top and slowly begins walking down to the lower area where you're having your meal. And he's got his cane with him, but once again, it doesn't look like he favors it as he walks.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, guests.
Did you sleep well, Octavio?
Yes, I sleep very well. This is an excellent establishment. Very professional service. And when he says that, Danica smiles and nods as if she's thanking him.
Mr. Octavio, would you perhaps know the location of a mansion that we're trying to travel to? Some legend of a dragon that had passed away there. You're a well-traveled man. I thought you might have some information.
What mansion is it that you are talking about?
And Alexander kicks him under the table.
I don't actually know the name of it, sir, but we were just looking for something new in our travels.
We have a Logan.
Sweet.
Yes.
You joining us just yet? Shall we catch you up, or do you need a minute?
Go ahead and catch me up.
Everyone woke up after a long rest. and they're having waffles, including yourself. Everyone's having waffles, and Rictavio just came and joined everyone.
Are they as good as the ones that,
They're not as good as Ismark's.
That was my question.
Yeah, Ismark seemed to have a special talent for creating waffles. But these are not bad. The syrup's a bit watery.
Nothing like home cooking, you know.
And right before you got back, Brent was about to ask about Argynvosthold, which is a mansion that has something to do with the legend of some good dragon that died a long time ago. But when he brought it up, he was kicked under the table by Alexandra.
So about Argynvosthold.
You're speaking to Rictavio?
Yes.
Ah, Argynvosthold. Yes, I've heard of this. It is an ancient place. I do not know why travelers would wish to go there.
Oh, dragons, legends, seems like fun time, who knows?
Yes.
Elias looks like he wants to speak, but he's hesitant to since Alexandra kicked him.
He can talk. She was just trying to not get him to get information on Rictavio because she was looking for an excuse to go see Isaac again.
Huh. Okay, I didn't see that coming. Well, we were just curious as to the location of it, sir, because it just so happens that our friend here, Mr. Jeeves, that you treated quite recently, had a fortune given to him by a fortune teller at the Sur Pool, and it just so happened to mention something that sounds just like the mansion we're talking about.
We also need to go and deal with the Wizards of Wine. The Old Crow.
And when you say the old
Indeed.
crow, Danica kind of snorts and smirks a little. As if she thought that that name was funny. And she adds, "Aye, if that's business that you could take care of today, I'd be greatly appreciative."
And where would we need to go to do that?
Well, if you head west on Old Svalage Road, the main road here in town, you'll pass a bridge that goes over the Luna River. And it's not too far past that, I don't believe. There's quite a few branches in the road, but if you follow the signs, you'll eventually get there.
Well, that's the same general direction as the other place we were thinking about going anyway, so sounds like a good idea to check that out.
We can go presently, as soon as we finish breakfast, unless anyone has any other pressing business.
Nope.
Although there is something, I want to play a game. Can you tell me about Ernst?
Are you speaking to Octavio again?
Yes.
Well, Ernst, I believe that is the spy master for the Watcher family.
He is indeed.
Quite a nasty man. Always sneaking around and gathering information.
Yes, absolutely horrible. Don't know anyone who would do that. That being said, I'm a little curious, given that other people I've known would have, from speaking his name alone, would appear sometime in the near future. Right now I'm testing that theory. Is he housed with the Watcher family?
Yes, I do believe so.
Good, good. Alright then. This will be fun. Now about the old crow.
Who is the old crow? And Danica says, "Oh, that's someone I know. He's referred to the Watcher of Wines, the Wizard of Wines." Not the I've just said Watcher too many times. Sorry.
That must be a very boring job, just watching wine.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
being able to drink it.
Wizards of Wine. Rictavio says, I do not know about the Wizards of Wine. I know that they are responsible for making all of the wine that we drink here in Vallaki. Danica says, well, if there's any information you need on that, friends, then I can be of service to you.
Well, what shall we do for the day, gentlemen? We probably should make up our minds.
I think the Wizard of Wine is probably the best idea. Our hosts have been very gracious to us, and this is the only thing they've asked of us personally.
And we'd greatly appreciate it. We'd make sure you're well rewarded.
Seeing your beautiful smile is all the reward that Elias will require.
That is definitely true.
She rolls her eyes and she says, I'm afraid I'm spoken for.
Shut down.
Don't worry, didn't you hear my song the other night? So is he.
I don't believe I caught that one. I was quite busy.
It's not important anyway. Yes, I think that's a grand idea. I don't know if we're quite prepared for tackling these cryptic fortunes yet anyways.
Well, to liberate some wine it is.
Alright, so when you're ready, just let me know and you can head out the tavern and to the nearest gate.
I think we're ready now. I mean, as long as well, do we still need to ask Izzy?
Yeah, we probably should go let them know what our plans are.
Good
I
idea.
mean, he probably likes wine too, so he should be all for it.
Okay, well, it's a short trek.
So he doesn't take one. Go ahead.
It's a short trek through town to get from one to the other. From the Blue Water Inn down to the Burgomaster's Mansion. However, you don't get very far before you notice, even though it is still raining, not as hard as it has been, but although it's raining, big billows of black and white smoke are coming up from somewhere in between the Blue Water Inn and the mansion. And as you approach, you can tell that it looks like the toy shop is on fire.
What?
Okay, new plan. Let's go save Blinsky.
Okay, so you begin running, and your feet stamp in the puddles that the rain has created, splashing in your efforts to get there quickly and save him. But when you get there, he's already out. He's in front of his shop, and there seems to be a few members of the guard splashing buckets of water onto the side of his shop. The fire looks like it could have been a lot worse. The rain has perhaps helped. You can see through broken and busted windows that the interior of the shop has been badly damaged. Blinsky is on his hands and knees in the rain, sobbing, and the small little monkey that he had with him is broken and dead.
Oh. Elias, comfort the grieving man. I joined the fire line.
I was going to make that monkey mine.
Oh, my friend, what has happened?
He just sobs and he looks at his little monkey in his hands.
Was it Ezek?
And when you say the name Ezek, he just looks away.
Did he do this?
And he nervously shakes his head, no.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
Wow. Never mind.
I probably can't hear over the roar of the fire and the helping with the buckets.
I'm probably by her side, so could I assist?
Go ahead. Since you're assisting Alexandra, you can roll another one.
Roll another one?
Either that, or you could either make your own, or you could give her advantage. You can assisting means you're just giving her. Well, let's just take Mark's roll.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, but for future reference, assisting someone is just making them make a roll with advantage, so she would have been able to roll twice. Or trying yourself, just by yourself, is just, making your own roll. Yeah, you with a 20, you can definitely tell that the way he looked away and nervously shook his head when she said Ezek's name, that it was probably Ezek. And he's holding his little monkey in his hands, and he says, "Oh, Piccolo!"
Oh, he's a deep shit.
Why would he do this?
Blinsky, did he tell you why?
Leave me alone.
I'll make this right. I'm sorry.
He doesn't respond. He just continues to sob in the rain.
When Jack comes back from the fire line, he asks, "What's happened?"
It was Ezek.
Jack's face goes full fury, more angrier than any of you have ever seen him. And then calms, and he smiles.
Is it safe enough to go inside and try to salvage anything?
Yes, they've doused the flames enough to where you think you could get in.
Let's go and see if we can possibly save anything. In addition to this man's life's work, we also left some things with him.
When you enter in through the front, it looks like all of the storefront area where he used to sell all of his wares and store all of the toys he had made is completely burned up. The small room that he took Jack back to talk privately looks like it's still intact. That includes the small box that, the ornate box that made the music. The diagrams of whatever clockwork contraption that was that you showed him, and the latest things that he had been working on.
Was my commission actually finished?
No.
Go back to Blinsky and just sit beside him and put my arm around his shoulder.
Alright. He seems pretty broken. The only thing he says is Piccolo.
Even though everything is burned up, can we tell if the Alexandra doll is still here?
In the burned wreckage where you last saw it, it did not look like it was here. You couldn't find any evidence of it?
Alexandra, do you think that this item he was having made of you had something to do with this?
I don't doubt it.
It seems to be gone.
So I've noticed.
Well, there's nothing left for us to do here. Let us go back out and do our best with Mr. Blinsky.
Jack, roll perception. And Mr. Jeeves, roll perception as well.
My computer isn't even booting today. Can someone do it for me, please?
Absolutely, no problem. I can do that. Actually, Jeeves was good enough for the both of you. The 19, excellent. Mr. Jeeves, you see Ernst. He looks like he's trying to be sly, but get your attention at the same time. Like, he wants you to notice him, but in a way that's going to make you come to him, not to where he's going to approach you.
I'll subtly pass that information on to my colleagues.
So Jeeves and Jack see him?
I'll assume Jack also sees him. He was trying to appeal to Jack specifically, but Mr. Jeeves is also of the same type of profession, and kind of knows how people hide in the shadows. So...
Okay. First thing, I'm going to give Blinsky a hug, and try and put 5 more gold coins into his pocket.
Well, he gives you an appreciative half hug back and accepts your gold with no, unless you did it in a sleight of hand type manner. He'll accept it either way.
Nope.
Oh, wait,
Just lean over, tuck it in his pocket, and then look at Ernst.
Oh, wait, Jeeves just told everybody that Ernst was there?
Yes, he did. He told everybody in your party, not the guards or anything.
Alright, Alexander's gonna stomp across the town square right over to him. And grab the handfuls of his jacket. Where did he go?
Peace to me.
When you grab him, he easily escapes your grasp. Almost instantly, he's like a foot farther away from you.
I know you were watching. Where did he go?
Put my hand on Alexandra's shoulder. It is his job to watch. He is watching everything forever.
That doesn't answer my question.
No, but I will get the answer, and I'll get it a lot more effectively than you are when you're stomping around and throwing a tantrum. Now calm down. Turn to Ernst.
I would have answered her question, but yes, there is a polite way to do things. You may find the captain of the guard at his burgomaster's mansion, where he usually stays.
And she sets
Did you
off
happen
without
to see
another
the cause?
Oh, indeed. I see much in this town. Of course it was him.
Yes, you see everything. I know the spiel. Did you see why?
No. That is actually something that I do not know.
Why were you trying to tell us?
Because Fiona Watcher is an enemy of the Baron. And I'm hoping that actions like this can convince you that maybe he's not as good of an ally as we could be.
Oh, I am already convinced that he's not a good ally.
Well, one would think that would be obvious, but your mistress here seems to have made quite a friend of Izek Strozny. I was going to completely revoke any invitation to discuss any of this with you, but after seeing your reactions here, they seem appropriate enough. So, you can continue your way onto the mansion, where Izek Strozny and his vile baron reside, or
Hang on just a moment.
Elias just kind of blinks a few times and looks around and says out loud, who is this guy? Who is Fiona Watcher? What is he talking about?
Alexandra is the only one that currently knows. But if you're asking Ernst, Ernst says, the Watcher family is a very old family, and we wish to see great change in this town of Vallaki. I've approached your companions before. Actually, to be a little more humble, they discovered me when I didn't wish to be seen. But I cannot quite count you as friends yet.
Well, I think we can agree that this town certainly is in need of change.
Well, now I can't even remember where Jack left off. I got stopped mid-sentence. Ernst says, the choice is yours. You may continue to the mansion and speak with Izek, or you may come out of the rain and enjoy the hospitality of Watcher House.
Alexandra's already turned to leave.
Which direction is she starting off?
She's going to the mansion.
Chad.
Oh, to the Burgomaster's mansion?
Yep.
All right. Well, by the time Jack gets back, Mr. Jeeves, what are you doing?
I'll be accompanying my my lady.
All right.
Probably not a good idea. She's pissed.
That's why.
Yeah, Elias just kind of stands there and sees Alexandra storm off, and kind of shakes his head to Ernst, as like he doesn't know which way to go.
Ernst says, I don't know what's about to happen, but it probably won't end up well for anyone.
I can't imagine so. If this comes to a fight, I'm afraid that my partner may be on the losing side if we don't help her. But at the same time, I think a confrontation wouldn't be very fruitful at this point. Maybe we can get her out of there and then take you up on your offer.
Perhaps I shouldn't underestimate your friend. Seeing Izek Strozny pay for his deeds would be exactly what we want. But if you would like to coordinate it a bit better, then perhaps we can be of assistance. Alright, Alexandra has had enough time to reach the front door of the mansion.
Which she knocks harshly upon.
Alright, and when you do, the lady of the house opens the door. This is the sister of Father Lucian, the wife of the Burgomaster. And she smiles and giggles nervously. Oh, we have guests this early.
Baroness, I pardon the rudeness and the intrusion. Where's Izek?
Why, Izek is in his room, dear.
Kindly show me.
I do not know if he's prepared for guests.
I don't care.
Ooh. That's an interesting attitude you bring to my doorstep, dear. She smiles widely.
He has something to answer for, Baroness. Please, if you don't mind.
I'm afraid I do mind, and if you just wait 1 minute, please. And she closes the door and locks it. A moment later, you hear 2 large dogs coming downstairs behind the door.
So, presently Elias and assumedly Jack are heading towards there.
Yeah, I'm sure if Elias could go, then Jack will follow. Although Jack would probably like a little bit more control over this situation.
Yeah.
I heard Elias talking to Ernst.
In short, just to catch you up, Ernst was more than ready to see Ezek pay for some of the stuff that he's done, but he was suggesting maybe a more calculated plan on attacking him, and in the meantime, Alexandra and Jeeves have stormed off to the front door of the mansion, where they have alarmed the lady of the house.
We need to hurry. Jack runs.
Yeah,
Yes.
so Elias' suggestion was to rein them in so that they can talk to the Watchers and see if they can not fight the Burgermaster and his lackeys head on, at least.
Alexandra knocks again.
You see, after just a short moment, Baron Vargas in what looks to be some kind of night robe and a nightcap peek through the window, pushes the curtain to the side and looks outside with a scowl on his face. And behind the door you hear his dogs going wild. These giant mastiffs that you had seen on the steps when you had first met him. And you can hear him, "Shut up, you mutts! Shut up, you mangy beasts!" And then he opens the door himself, and he's holding the reins of these 2 dogs. It does not look like it would take much for him to just let go of them, and they would go straight for your throats. He says, "What is this? My wife says that she has a rude visitor this morning."
Baron, I've already apologized ahead of time. Ezek has done something horrible, and he needs to be made to answer for it.
Since you are a guest of honor, I will speak with him myself. What would you like me to ask him about?
Oh, I don't know. Perhaps the fire that he set at Blinsky's toy shop.
That's quite a bold accusation of the captain of the guard.
He just destroyed a man's livelihood. His shop, his home. He murdered his pet.
You're speaking of a man that I send 2 gold to every month to keep alive. Do you not think that I would bring justice to such a matter as this?
I do indeed, which is why I came right here.
Well, your accusations have been heard by myself, which is exactly where they need to go. I will speak with Ezek on this matter. Is there any other information you would like to share about this incident?
May I see him or not?
No, you may not. One does not offend my wife and get away so easily despite being guests. If it's law that needs to be enforced, we will do it. So quick to let me believe that you're so innocent from stealing the bones out of St. Andrew's Church, and yet you bring accusations of the captain of the guard to me and expect me to believe you. This is ridiculous and rude.
Are we there yet?
Yeah. Jack and Elias have arrived by this time, hearing most of that conversation.
Okay. Alexandra, please, Stay your hand. We must discuss this matter. And he kind of attempts to pull her to the side to speak privately to her, and hopes that she'll close the door.
Forgive us,
She does relent,
there
but
was
without
some
a scathing
disturbing
glare.
I didn't hear Sunraiser.
Says she does relent, but not without a scathing glare.
Forgive me, Burgomaster. There was some troubling news we received about a friend. My young friend here was prostrate with grief. Well, prostrate wasn't the exact word. She was, hysterical with grief.
Yes, well, be assured this is something I will look into. Blinsky brings joy to this town, and that is what is required to break this curse.
Please do, sire, as impartially as you can. I know he has been a loyal retainer to you.
Yes, and I'm sure that he will continue to be. It would be very surprising for me to find guilt in this matter. What evidence has your friend in these accusations?
Blinsky's word and the modus operandi of how the fire was set.
Allow me an hour to get dressed, and then bring Blinsky to me.
I can do that, sire.
Very well.
I fear that Ezek's presence will make him not wish to speak. Ezek's presence very well made him not want to speak when we were there. It was only through great determination that we were able to get a name.
Jack wasn't there, but he was busy putting out the fire.
No, at this point he's lying.
Oh, okay. All right. I just wanted to clarify that no name was given, but yeah. Ezek will not be present when I call for Blinsky. I know the man can be intimidating. So I shall see you all in an hour.
Yes, Burgomaster.
Off with you then. I must begin my morning ritual.
Very well, thank you.
And he closes the door.
Okay, as soon as he closes the door, Elias closes in on his partners and says, I do not trust this man's justice one bit. He's not going to rule in favor of Blinsky under any circumstance.
Grab Elias by the neck and start dragging them all away.
We are not going to bring that man to this mansion. He will die.
Now is not the time nor the place to discuss it, Crusader.
As long as we all understand what's going on here.
Start pulling them away from the mansion and the prying ears that all report directly back to the Burgomaster.
Yes, you didn't see any guards posted on the outside of the mansion at this hour. It doesn't look like it's a well-guarded place. Roll a spot check. Everyone can roll it.
Perception?
Yes, perception. Sorry. Old versions of D&D still coming out. Ooh, wow, natural 20.
Nice.
That's enough for everyone. Alexandra, you notice some odd flashes in the top story of the mansion, of the Burgomaster's mansion. Flashes of light. Looks like it may be of some kind of arcane magic or something, because natural light doesn't flash quite like that.
Oh, Lord.
Can Jack arcane check that? See if he knows what it is?
Sure, go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
Please?
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're not quite there in virtual physical form.
back, sorry.
Let's see. Arcana is at a +3. Oops. I just tried the link. I missed the die. Yes, with a 17. Yes, that's actually a pretty good check. You think that maybe someone fizzled a spell.
Someone's playing with magic up there.
Playing with magical
Not
dolls.
well.
Agreed.
Actually. Fuck me. Oh, this is not how I want to do this. Elias. No, not Elias. Alexandra.
Yes.
Go back towards Blinsky's shop and start shouting Ernst's names as loud as you can. When he arrives, and I expect him to, come back here. Inform him that we might have dirt. Say only that if you cannot find him, return here within 20 minutes.
As reluctant as she is to leave the mansion at that point, she does start heading back towards the shop.
And Mr. Jeeves?
Jeeves, I need you.
Yes, sir.
Do you think that you can crawl up there without alerting a half-dozen vampires this time?
I'll see what I can do, yes.
Bravo, Jack.
Go up there, look in the window. Do only that
Okay.
if it is Ezek, signal. If not, return.
If it is Ezek, try not to get yourself killed.
I'll try.
Do not let him see you. We're already starting from behind on this as it is.
Okay.
Elias, stand here and look innocent, pretty, and pious.
The standard procedure then.
AKA dragon bait.
Yes.
Okay, which shall we resolve first? How about Alexandra? You continue, or you begin walking. It's not far before you don't even get really halfway to Blinsky's shop when you can notice Ernst is relaxed under one of the overhangs by some building, out of the rain. Looks like he's taken shelter just on a corner of a building. Arms crossed, legs crossed, leaning against it and looking at you curiously like, wow, you're not dead yet.
You.
And he nods, allowing you to maybe bridge the rest of the gap all the way to him. He's still quite a ways away.
Well, she makes no move to grab him this time, at least, but she does approach rather briskly. Jack sent me to find you.
Yes, well, you found me.
We may have dirt.
I was quite hoping for blood rather than dirt, but dirt is good.
Take what you can get and follow me.
As you wish.
Hmm.
So he begins to follow you. Where are you going?
Back to the mansion.
All right. Mr. Jeeves, are you spider climbing up the rainy house?
I am. I'm going to stealth first, so.
Yes, good idea. All right. A 20 is a very good stealth roll. You notice that your spider climb slippers have not really worked all that well in the rain. With the vampires, it was mostly the deftness of your climbing checks. But you can try to just climb up. I won't require a roll for it. But you do notice that it's definitely not assisted by your spider climbing boots. Because it's all wet and rainy. Otherwise, they probably would work just fine. So you... Let me share this here. You climb up to the roof level. And I'll reveal what you see. Alright, you can see this, I assume?
Yep.
On the screen. It's a small room with a blue rug in the left corner.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You peek in one of those windows, and you see a young man inside. You can tell just by the way he looks that he must be related to the Baron and Baroness.
Interesting. So no sign of Isaac?
No sign of Isaac in there.
And this is what we assumed was his room?
No. You don't know where Isaac's room is.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Just to be clear, this is someone we have not seen before at all.
Right. In the center of this room, there's perched a stool. Perched on a stool is a thin young man with a premature streak of gray in his hair. His otherwise dark hair. He cradles an open leather-bound book in his arms.
I think I should keep on my mission and search other windows.
You don't really see any other windows on the second story on this side. You'd have to go around to the back. But, this is where the flashes of light was coming from. It was these two windows that you've just investigated.
I think I'll return to Jack and let him know what I've seen up there. Without opening windows and without disturbing anything.
Yeah, and I rolled a 1 on this spot check, so he definitely did not
Awesome.
see you.
You got lucky this time.
Yay.
But yeah, you can easily hop off the roof and sneak your way back to your friends.
Yep, I'll do that. I'll tend my report.
Jeeves, did you see anything?
Brent, can
I
you cue the
didn't-
music back up? Sorry.
Oh, it's over again. Oh, okay. Play number 3. Here we go.
So yes, I went up to the second floor and no Isaac, unfortunately, but there was a young man who it looks like the Baron. He was reading from a leather-bound journal. He didn't see me, but he was alone in the room.
I don't
They
think
haven't mentioned. They haven't mentioned any sort of son. Although locking a magic-using child up in a tower is not uncommon.
you said it was a leather-bound journal. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a spell book, given the circumstances.
Right. Given the flashes, that's a good chance.
I think it's best if we table this information for now. It's not related to what we're needing right now. Isaac has become our top priority.
I agree. This doesn't seem to have anything to do with any of our pressing matters.
Yeah. Do you want me to go search for other windows?
Did you see the doll up there?
I didn't see the doll.
That's a
Dollars
relief.
to donuts. He's got that doll with him.
It's probably next to his pillow.
God.
That's funny.
What did you say?
Me? I just said that's funny.
No, I missed what Jeeves said that people were laughing at.
Oh, I said he probably keeps his doll by his pillow.
Oh boy. We can market those things. I mean, as apparently attractive as Lisa and Alexandra are, might be pretty popular.
This is not how we needed to do this. We are already starting behind.
If she wasn't so irritated, she would have slapped Elias for that.
It would have been better if Ezek and the Burgomaster did not know at all.
So Alexandra returns with Ernst. When Ernst gets close enough to the mansion to where he thinks he doesn't want to be seen, he stops.
Approach.
Okay. Approaching him kind of leads you even further away from the mansion. And he bows to Jack and says, "So, can we count on you for betraying Ezek?"
Given that I hold no loyalty to Ezek, it's hardly betrayal. Although I will say it's convenient that you showed up and had information concerning Ezek, but I think he actually did this, so. That being said, I don't know the Watchers at all. I barely know the Burgomaster. Are you unopposed in this town as the only spy master?
Oh, Spy Master, that's an interesting title. I don't know if that's a word that one often uses around here, but as far as other families of power...
Watcher, gatherer of information, keeper of secrets, knower of who fucked who.
Yes, one normally resorts to calling me nosy, but I'll accept Spy Master just fine.
Once again, are you unopposed? Has the Burgomaster never employed someone like you on his side?
No. He's
My
not
God,
fortunate.
this man is stupid.
He is not fortunate enough to have someone like me in the family.
Family, you say?
Yes, Lady Fiona treats us as family. I've been with that family for many years.
Ah, yes, you're their G's, I get it. Does the Burgomaster have, say, a son, nephew, someone who likes to play with dangerous magic?
Yes, in fact, that little brat refused Fiona's daughter. I know not if he wants to dabble in magic, but he's quite the cause of grief for our family.
The entire family is the cause of grief for a lot of people.
Indeed. Perhaps it's time someone did something about that.
Well, I'm still getting the lay of the land. I was looking forward to a long, drawn-out game of intrigue between us, but that just might not be possible.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. It's the results we're most interested in.
Yes, I keep hearing that. That being said, can you provide any kind of evidence, physical evidence, that Ezek did this?
Physical evidence. I do not know what physical evidence the fire produced from his hand would leave behind to start, but as far as eyewitnesses go, you have Blinsky and you have myself. As far as motives go, I'm not quite sure.
I am sure Blinsky knows. I am also sure Blinsky will not tell the truth to the Burgomaster. I think if Ezek looks at him wrong, Blinsky will fall to his knees and service him orally.
I'm sure Blinsky would probably have the motive. He would know.
Blinsky... Is the Burgomaster fair enough to believe Blinsky over Ezek?
I believe the man is vile, and would you really trust my answer either way? I would tell you whichever you wish to hear the most.
Potentially. You also have a goal. Lying to me right now doesn't get you closer to that.
Fair enough. He may admit that Ezek had done something such as this, but I wouldn't put it past him to overlook it. He seems to overlook things that are convenient for him.
Yes.
I think this is mostly
Man
out of
select.
cowardice and corruption.
Well, given that the burgomaster himself is right along with it, I have something to the effect of 40 minutes to come up with something to save Blinsky's life. As well, I have another question. How vital to this town's defense is Ezek? And this part is in Thieves' Camp.
He is a considerable... okay. So, it takes him a second to interpret what you said, and then he also replies in a way that lets you know that Ezek is crucial to the defense of this town.
And you're completely willing to just nullify him and widen the town's defenses when it's clearly already weak and vulnerable.
And he informs you on the sly that the guards are quite capable. Perhaps if there are just more of them, they can make up for the loss. And the guards are not like Ezek, not all of them.
God damn it, Alexandra. She has set a time limit on this. I do not approve.
Well, perhaps my hostess could entertain you until that time. And she is quite an intelligent woman. Maybe
Is she
will
within
come up
3
with something.
houses?
I'm sorry?
Is she within, say, 3 blocks?
No. She's not too much farther past the Blue Water Inn, though. That's about as far as Blinsky's is from there.
Wait here a moment.
Yeah, you know that it wouldn't take... With the size of the walls around the town, it wouldn't take long to get anywhere in this city. I say city, it's smaller than a city. It's barely a town, really.
Turn back. Go talk to my compatriots. Say, we can't trust him for a damn thing except when it's against the burgomaster. That being said, I think it's time we go have a talk with someone else.
Fair enough.
I think we should try to grab Blinsky and follow our new friend. Although I hesitate to do even that. Well, no. Maybe. Crap. Fuck. Glare at Alexandra for a moment. Calms himself down and then says, yes, grab Blinsky. Worst case scenario, we can drop him back anywhere but the Blue Water Inn. Maybe he can hang out with the tiger for a while. I think he might be safer there.
Yes, at the least I think we should hide the man and put him somewhere safe. Anything except take him to the Burgermeister.
Gather them and make them follow me at this point, and as we're walking, this is not a good situation. Just in case anyone was back.
It does not take but a few seconds before you arrive back at Blinsky. He's still holding little dead Piccolo.
Oh man.
Pick him up under the armpits and put my hands on the small of his back and start marching him. If you slow down for a moment, I will goose your ass.
He doesn't resist. He starts looking at the monkey like, I don't know what to do with this anymore.
My friend can consecrate a grave when we have a longer moment.
Blinsky says, yeah, but I shall put him away. And he has this gesture-like purse that he puts the monkey's dead body in.
like your bag.
Well, thank you.
Turn back to Elias. The problem is, at this point, if we don't bring Blinsky, he's as good as dead. If we bring Blinsky, he's as good as dead. Because I think the Burgomaster may very well believe that Jack stops, face palms, puts his hand over Blinsky's ears for whatever good it's going to do.
Poor
Don't
Blinsky.
listen to this next part, okay? Everything will be fine. Turn to everyone, everything will not be fine. We have to figure something out, and we have to figure it out fast. Ernst, how likely is it that going where we're going, we'll get back to the Burgomaster?
What was the question? What's the likelihood of what?
How likely is it that where we are going now will make its way back to the Burgomaster?
I don't believe that he's keeping tabs on you very closely, so unless Izek Strozny throws a wrench in the works, I believe this meeting will not be suspicious.
Okay, good. Turn back to my compatriots, hand still over Blinsky's ears. Now, as I was saying, Izek will at the very least make Blinsky's life hell for tattling. Bullies always do that. And he's nothing but a large demon-armed bully. The Burgomaster will likely believe us. Will likely believe Blinsky. If anything, Izek is going to get a slap on the wrist.
True enough, I could see that.
But if we don't bring Blinsky, then he's snubbing the Burgomaster, and his life will be made hell.
Yes, I see what you mean. We may be able to take him back there, but certainly be present with him and read the situation as well as we can and fight back if necessary.
I honestly, what I think is going to happen, we're going to take him back, he's going to talk, he's going to believe him, and then he's going to insist that Blinsky stay in his home under his watchful care, where Blinsky will
Yes,
die.
that's what I'm worried about. The further this gets along, the more I think we're going to have to confront Izek ourselves and more than words.
I have reservations about that as well. I'm not certain that we can take him, number one. Number two, I'm not certain it's even wise to actually try to remove him. Number two, and number three, I don't know. This whole situation has spiraled very quickly from what I thought was going to happen this morning.
Blinsky, my friend, can you speak more now? Can you tell us what happened? Why did he do this?
Take my hands off his ears, pat him on his head. You're going to be fine.
Thank you. He couldn't hear you, Elias. He had hands over his ears.
Okay. Mr. Blinsky, I'm very sorry this has all happened to you, but perhaps if you're feeling a bit better now, could you tell us a bit more about what happened? Why would this occur?
I tripped and fell and squished the monkey. I knocked a candle over.
Sir, we know that Izek Strozny did this. We need more information as to why that would happen.
Smack him on the back of the head. Do you want to die?
No, that's why I'm smart enough to keep my mouth shut.
It's too late for
Yes,
that.
well, it's very possible that we're not going to take you to the Burgomaster. However, stick with that. That might work. But go on. Tell us what happened.
I tripped and fell.
If Izek were a terrible, corrupt guard, let's assume, in an alternate universe that he is, and he had done something, what, why, and how? Given that we know he is a paragon of virtue and would never do anything like this.
Can me and Jack roll persuasion?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, mine is 13.
I forget. I gotta roll for Jack. It's like he's here, but he's not here.
I know, I'm sorry, I'll have it next week.
Well, that's fine. You rolled a 7 total. modified. Both bad persuasions.
Drop a luck point, reroll.
Okay. Good idea. Just open up your character sheet again. Here we go. Oh, natural 20.
Sick.
Yes, so 24 total, but it doesn't matter. It's natural 20. Belinsky just puts his face in his hands and he says, It's because I was talking to you and I told you the doll. I told you about the doll he had to make.
That's what it was?
Yes, that's what it was. The man's dog.
What a petty, ridiculous thing to do.
He says that other people know, and he was embarrassed. I made him a fool, and this is the punishment.
What will it take to rebuild your shop?
It didn't look badly damaged structurally. I think I can get it back in business.
How long, how much gold?
The burgomaster will make sure I can at least function.
And yet not answering my question.
I don't know how much gold.
Okay. How persuasively can you lie?
He just shakes his head like it can't. You hear his little bells on his hat jingle.
Because you need to make the burgomaster believe this story. Otherwise, we need a patsy, and our searches for those haven't gone well in the past.
I just wish to go nowhere. I don't want to see the burgomaster.
You know very well that he will call to you himself at this point. I am sorry you are in this situation, but you are here. Avoiding him will not fix it.
If I wish the situation away as much as he does, I'm sure it will go away.
Well, I suppose it's plausible that if all parties decide to ignore what happened, then that may be a solution, but I don't know if we're okay with that.
I'm fine with it. For now. Rest assured, Ezek will be dealt with. But
Eventually.
no,
That may be the most peaceable solution if all sides agree to drop it, but dealing justice at a later time.
At this point, he needs to speak to the burgomaster one way or another, and it's best he does it with us.
Yes, but if he says that he tripped and fell to the burgomaster, then it will look like we put false accusations on Ezek, and that will not reflect well on us.
No, it won't, but Linsky will live and be happy. I would suggest saying one of the guards said it looked like it could be Ezek, but I don't think that's going to go over very well. Although, he does already hate the Watcher family.
Blinsky looks like he's starting to put stuff together, and he says, "Dear God, you didn't tell them that I accused Ezek by name."
You're right, I did not!
Alexander didn't either.
Yeah, Jack, you kind of did.
Shut up!
Alexander didn't. She just said he did something horrible. She didn't say who said so.
Blinsky begins weeping. He says, "Oh my God, my friends."
At which point Alexander actually hugs him. I will make it right. I promise.
"Why are we walking this way? The mansion is that way." And he points behind you.
You know, I'm not
Can I
really
go
sure
talk
of
to him
that.
quickly?
And Ernst says to him, "Good sir, you have more allies than you may realize. Perhaps there is a solution to this after all. Come." And by this time, you've walked to up the street and past the Blue Water Inn, to the north a little bit to a odd-looking house. This house seems disgusted with itself. A slouching roof hangs heavy over furrowed gables, and moss-covered walls sags and bulge under the weight of the vegetation. As you study the house's sullen countenance, you hear the edifice actually groan. Only then do you realize the extent to which this house hates what it has become.
Well, that's encouraging. Come on, guys, let's go see what Crimson Peak has in store.
Ernst opens the door without knocking or anything and invites you inside. I can kind of show you as you discover it. I guess maybe I should mask this. I don't know why, but there we go. Yep, okay. So, he brings you into the entryway and opens the door, and it seems to be a closed little vestibule. The front door opens into a narrow vestibule. 3 stained glass doors in wooden frames lead from it. And he opens the centermost door, which seems to lead up to a staircase, and it has 2 doors on either side of it. And it is the dining room that he opens the door to. It looks like it has a cozy den there as well. In the dining room, an ornate dining table stretches the length of this room, a crystal chandelier hanging above it impetuously. Imperiously, yes, thank you, I can't read. The silverware is tarnished, the dishes chipped, yet all are still quite elegant.
Hands off, Jeeves.
8 chairs, their backs adorned with sculpted elk horns, surround the table. Arched windows made of latticework of iron and glass look out onto the small fog-swept estate. And then you see, connected to this room is a parlor. Here, 3 elegant couches surround an oval table made of black glass. All are set in front of a blazing hearth, above which hangs the portrait of a smirking nobleman sporting a broken nose and a tangled hair that's graying at the temples. Several smaller portraits hang on the north wall, and Ernst invites you to have seats there on the couches. He says, "I will fetch Lady Fiona and let her know of your arrival." And he disappears for a moment. Would you like to do anything while he's gone?
Alexandra doesn't want to be there in the first place, so she's just parking herself right on the couch and minding her own business.
Certainly looks better on the inside, I must say.
The condition of the silverware and stuff does look pretty beat down, old and worn.
We shouldn't be here.
Roll a perception check.
Everybody?
Yes. Oh, I guess I gotta roll for Jack. Damn it. Jeeves, you with us? Guys, Jeeves is gone.
You just disappeared.
I'll roll for him as well.
He's not asleep on the thing.
Oh, there he is.
Okay.
You alive, Mark?
Oh, yeah.
Perception check.
There it is.
There you go.
Alright.
Elias, you can't quite make out what you heard, but it sounded like maybe some kind of meow?
Huh. Did anyone else hear a cat just now?
No one else heard anything.
I know, I mean, he's just asking. Yeah.
Okay, a moment later, a woman comes in accompanying Ernst. She looks like maybe a little bit of an older lady, probably about the same age as the Baron and his wife. And I can at least show you her token here. So she comes in to greet you with Ernst, and she introduces herself. I am Lady Fiona Watcher. Welcome, guests. Ernst tells
Hi,
me
the
that
Burgomaster hates you.
Yes, well,
You hate the Burgomaster.
yes,
That
that
about
much is
recover it?
true. I don't believe that he hates me, though. We keep quite quiet about our disdain. Otherwise, he...
No, he hates you.
Do you have information for me, then?
I don't know yet. I'm still trying to get the lay of the land.
Well, Ernst tells me you don't have much time. You have an appointment to
You're
make.
right, I don't. That's why I couldn't stand for the normal nobility effluence.
Yes, straight to the point. Very, very poignant. I will offer whatever services I can, but the goal here is to remove Ezek Strozny from the picture, and we'll take care of the rest.
Without Ezek, what happens to the town guard?
The town guard will be reinforced in number. We will
Will
train
they?
them as best we can.
You will, as in you. Specifically, you and your faction.
No, we will promote from within the guard that currently exists. Those that were not fond of Ezek Strozny's captain. So they will train whoever's new, and we will increase the number of the guard to maintain safety in the town, but I do not believe under my rule that it would be as dangerous as it is now.
Excuse me, miss, but I'm curious. What is your vision for this town? What is your goal, your mission?
I believe this is a safer place as long as we do not consider ourselves enemies of the lord of this land.
I see.
They currently publicly oppose Strahd, and this brings Strahd's attention in negative ways. However, if they were more respectful, perhaps we would be granted leniency.
I see.
Look at Elias, look at Alexandra. Doing everything he can not to have a, see, I fucking told you face.
Alexander's not even trying to avoid making that face because of the conversation she had with Ernst, and she already knows.
I see. Where does this animosity come from? Is it just that you happen to be the most powerful other family in town?
My hatred for their family flared and ignited mostly when our daughter was rejected by their son. It's driven her
Did the little
mad.
boy give a reason why?
He seemed to be not interested in her whatsoever. I attempted to
Have you
marry her off to the Baron's son, in hopes that we could establish a more peaceful means of bringing this town to its full potential.
And I take it your daughter didn't respond well to that either.
She's gone completely insane.
From a rejection? I'm sorry, is her name Bella?
God.
She just kind of curls a lip. Her name is
I am
unimportant.
not.
What is her name?
Her name is unimportant to those who would ask in such rude manner.
As I said, forgive me. Give a very deep and elaborate bow. I was raised in a court. I have experience with these matters, but at the same time, the life of a friend is in dire jeopardy.
Well, I don't know where you heard Bella. Her name is Stella, and I don't appreciate it if you make fun of her. Her condition is not her own fault.
Could it be a malaise someone has laid upon her?
I know not. She simply seemed to crack once the boy rejected her so coldly.
Have you considered that the boy is interested in other boys?
What I consider might not be what her mind can accept.
Well, I was very much wrong, but... Has Ernst explained the situation?
Is there a certain point that you are worried he left out?
Short time, Blinsky's gonna possibly die. Isaac Strasny's involved.
No, I did not know about Blinsky, but it is a pleasure to finally meet the craftsman of such fine toys.
Yes, Ernst encouraged us to come here and to converse with you. Is there any information or help you could give us?
Well, let me see. Ernst tells me that my guest here, and she offers a hand to Alexandra as if she hasn't got an introduction quite yet, has an ongoing relationship with him. Is that true?
It was as
I
of
wouldn't
this
call
morning,
it a
actually.
relationship.
Well, what I propose is that you get him in a vulnerable position. The sooner the better.
I get him in many, but that's not the point.
Ew.
Oh, that's right, Elias, you didn't know.
I would rather pretend not to know, but I guess now it's laid in front of me.
No, at this point it's potentially tactical information. Believe me, I'd rather not know where his spear goes, but...
Oh boy.
Yeah, that conversation just took a turn for what we do not need to know.
Forgive the language of my partners, miss.
Well, it seems the pressing matter is somehow making that situation happen. How can we nullify the current predicament to set up perhaps some future opportunity to attack Isaac when he is believing that he is alone and unarmed?
Well, that would rely on Alexandra.
I think a present concern is to diffuse this current situation with Blinsky. If we can somehow get out of this, we may be able to form some plot or some plan to deal with Isaac, but a straight confrontation at this point would result in someone's death, and not Isaac's, most likely.
Blinsky begins trembling, and he says, Did you say that I named him?
I didn't.
He looks extremely
That's not
relieved.
important right now.
If you say that I am not the one who named him and accused him of this, then there's nothing to worry about it. I just go about my life.
Look at Lady Watcher, is that true?
I'm certain that the burgomaster would like the suspicion of Ezek's wrongdoings to disappear, so if he's not being accused... But you must be careful not to damage your relationship that you've established with him to this point.
Do you mind terribly if I cast aspersions on your house?
Speaking English to the DM, what?
Do you mind terribly if I implicate your house?
Oh yes, I mind terribly if you implicate our house in any way.
He already hates you. He hired someone to find out things about you.
And who might that be?
Well, duh.
Well, is this something that you think you can use to the advantage in this situation?
Absolutely.
And what do you
By
propose?
far and away, simply put, that Blinsky was prostrate with grief when we got there. He didn't say anything. Someone we haven't seen before, someone we haven't seen since, but suspect to be working for the Watchers, said that Blinsky had named Ezek.
Naming Ezek by Blinsky will certainly not end well for the man.
As I said, it would be the idea that you implicated Ezek, not Blinsky. In the end, it could be chalked up as a miscommunication. At least within our group.
Well, let's play this out and assume that false accusations against Ezek Strozny came from our house. What do you think their retaliation for such a crime would be?
Well, given that I'm heading up the investigation into you, I might suffer some repercussions. But beyond that, I don't know the Burgomaster well enough to guess. What I would guess is that he would readily believe it. I think I could blame you for cobbling straw together out of a cape and a stick, and he'd believe it.
I'm seeing great risk with little promise of reward.
There is indeed great risk. And I am certainly open to suggestions.
You may accuse me if you wish, but we will deny it. If you think that that will bring Ezek Strozny's head on a platter to me. But that is what I would require for agreeing to let you implicate me in this. And if Blinsky's life didn't hang on that decision, I would have never allowed any such thought.
Well, if Blinsky's life did not hang on this decision, I wouldn't have allowed a number of things, but... I'm talking, I'm not thinking. That was mostly to himself.
Well, I suppose this implication could draw them out into some kind of confrontation where we lure them into a trap where we all ambush them, but that is quite a barbaric task.
Yes, now that I think about it, implicating it would likely just bring Ezek Strozny kicking in your door. That won't work.
I think that might work out quite fine. If you can lure him here alone, without his guards. I don't mind if this is the house he meets his fate in.
I'm still not certain that we can take him.
Your lack of confidence concerns me.
Tactical knowledge. Actually, Ernst, you've heard of his combat prowess. You've likely seen him in action more than we have.
Yes, I've witnessed him do terrible things to people.
Have you heard anything about ours?
Not
There's been
particularly.
one encounter. Is
I
there
believe
anything
the
about...
best way to attack Ezek will be to get him while his pants are down.
Unfortunately, I kind of agree.
Yes, well,
Now we just need to get there.
time is running short, my friends. We should get you back to the mansion. I would suggest that you repair any damages done to the relationship between you and the Burgermaster and Ezek. If you need to implicate us that we were the ones that falsely accused, then it's acceptable as long as you are confident that you can bring an end to Ezek. After that, we'll take care of the rest.
Do you think that bringing down Ezek will lead to yourselves in charge of this town?
Yes, we have no doubt.
And Ernst, are you sure as well?
The Ladies' Book Club will make sure of it. And when he says that, she smiles.
Very well. Come.
Is that the house cat or your cat?
Lady Fiona's face flushes red a second, as if she just pretends that no one heard the meowing. It seemed like it was coming from upstairs.
Do you keep a pet, Miss Fiona?
No pets
Oh God,
here.
it's their daughter.
Well, I could have sworn I heard earlier, and just now, the sound of a meow of a cat.
Oh yes, I forgot. We do own a cat. Yes.
Does your daughter believe she's a cat?
You people have no tact.
Oh, of course not, Jack, but I'm a lover of cats. I would love to meet it.
I have great tact. I am choosing not to use it in this moment, because as you said, time is running short. As I told your friend here, I was looking forward to a long, drawn-out battle of intrigue, politics. Such things are fun. I miss them greatly, but we have no time.
Yes, Jack is right. If you'll excuse us, then.
Yes, you may be excused. I don't understand why someone would be so cruel to a girl with such special needs, but if that is the way that you wish to be, she's not of the right mind. People are cruel to her because of her condition.
Bow deeply. I apologize. No offense was meant, madam.
I'm sure
As
it
I said,
was,
I was
but
speaking directly.
Do we need to roll insight on what she's saying about her daughter?
sure.
Okay. I got...
Yeah,
Ooh.
24. Yeah, you can tell she honestly believes, whether it's true or not, that her daughter is insane.
What about the cat stuff?
You can tell that that's her daughter.
Okay.
When you heard the meows, they were less like cat meows and more like someone saying meow.
Huh.
Like some kind of yin, yin.
Yeah, gotcha.
Roll a perception check.
Okay. Not great.
No, not great. If anyone else would like to, they could.
Slightly better, but still not terrific.
Let's get Logan and Jeeves on that. We're getting better and better.
Oh, yeah. Jack rolled a 19. Modified. Jack, you can hear a little girl upstairs somewhere say, "Dad, Kitty wants to play, man. Let Kitty out."
Vampire children and now cat children, huh?
We should leave.
Yes, I agree. Let us go.
Alright, so back out of Watcher House. You leave the sulking mass that is Watcher House behind you and continue down the streets of Vallaki to the mansion? Is that your destination immediately? Your time is about up.
How much time do we have left? None?
You've got about 15 minutes or so.
What now, Jack? What shall we do?
Well, our best option is, in fact... Do you think it's better to bring Blinsky with us to actually be there during the confrontation? Or to leave him at his shop? Because I worry if we leave him elsewhere, Izek will try to find him.
Perhaps bring him with us, but refuse to leave him there.
That hasn't worked out great with refusing to leave without people so far.
Well, I have had some success before. It may take some effort. If we have to force our way out, then so be it.
Okay. In which case, Blinsky comes with us. Cover his ears, and we do our best to keep him alive. Pull my hands off, pat him again. You're gonna be fine. It's all good.
Alright, so when you get to the mansion, you are expected guests, so they bring you in to the familiar surroundings of their home. And I actually still have your I still have all your tokens there.
Wow.
Except Mr. Jeeves. He was a little preoccupied at the moment. You guys were there. But yeah, I can bring in Jeeves as well. And let's see. Who else can we get in here? Not
Alexandra is going to stand by the window because if Izek walks in, she's likely going to strangle him. And at least being across the room, her friends have time to intercept her.
Let's see here.
Alexandra.
Right. So you have a personal
You are
audience
crucial.
here.
You are crucial in what must come next.
Yeah.
I beg you, please.
Y'all can talk before you go into the house. Go ahead. I didn't mean to fast forward you here so quickly. If you wanted to discuss this privately.
I beg you, please control your temper.
I make no promises. But I will do my best.
The better you control it, the more likely we are to actually end the threat.
How could he do this, Jack?
It's what happens among nobility. Tempers get burned, then people get burned. It doesn't matter if it's here, where I come from, or where you come from. People with too much money and not enough common sense get bored. They find ways to fill their time, and it's not pleasant for the lower class.
Alright. So, Baron Vargas Vlakovic brings you back into the den, and you guys can make yourselves comfortable there. And he says, "Ah, Blinsky, I see that You have come just as I've asked your friends to bring you. They have said that you have accused Izek Strozny of burning your toy factory.
Oh.
What have you to say about this? And he just kind of looks at Jack.
Actually, Burgomaster, that was apparently not what he said. I made a mistake.
I expected more of you, Jack. Information is very vital. You see how much trouble it can cause when used improperly.
I have my suspicions about how I was led so astray. It was intentional. I have nothing concrete, but I have suspicions.
Please, do share your suspicions with me.
Well, I'd be happy to if I can have some, or only suspicions. I need time to actually investigate. That is where I've made my mistakes thus far, jumping the gun and believing what my eyes see without checking.
Yes, well, I understand that this man here that you have brought with you, that I have not met yet, is the one that was accused of stealing the bones. I am Baron Vargas Velakovich. Welcome to my home.
Alexander elbows Jack.
I was about to do that. Oh no, Elias elbows Jeeves.
Yeah, sorry, Jeeves.
Well,
That was all around.
falsely accused.
Jeeves, introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm Mr. Jeeves. Butler to Miss Alexander here.
Yes, she mentioned that you have sticky fingers.
I do, but I am quite selective in what I steal.
So this is a profession that you maintain, then?
It is.
I was also told that those were habits that you had left behind. It seems like inaccurate information is the speciality of your company.
Oh boy.
So tell me, did you steal the bones or not?
No, I did not.
Roll a persuasion check.
Very good.
Ooh.
Oh,
Wow, Jeeves.
Where did I go again?
And the dogs are in here with us, looks like?
Yes. They're huge.
Great.
try to assist Jeeves.
As soon as you begin to speak, the Burgomaster holds up his hand to silence you and says, "Yes, well, I hope that you understand that we've made accommodations thanks to the usefulness of your friends. I have high hopes that they can assist me and bring peace to this town for once. In the upcoming festival, perhaps you could all parade as heroes. Even you, if you prove to me somehow, have physical evidence that you're not the one that stole those bones. Until then, I shall keep my reservations, but understand that you're under my mercy."
Burgomaster,
Mind
have
your
you
manners
informed
and your hands, Jeeves.
Burgomaster, have you informed Izek of the accusations against him?
I have not spoken with Izek of the matter. It seemed nothing to bother him with just yet until I got your side of the story. And it's a good thing, too.
I thank you for that.
He would have been quite upset to know that someone had accused him of something so vicious. God knows what he's liable to do in his anger. He knows his justice is trusted with me, so I doubt he would be as forgiving as I am when it comes to false information.
up on those.
Do your suspicions have anything to
New
do
information
with...
I discovered.
Do your suspicions have anything to do with the job we discussed? You're cutting out, Logan.
You cut out really bad. You're still cutting out really bad.
Now you sound like a robot.
Nothing.
How about now?
Nope.
Kinda. Well, Blinsky finally speaks up for herself, and he kneels down on his knees and he says, "Thank you for not telling Isaac. I don't think he'd understand that I did not blame him for anything that went wrong with my shop. It was a total accident. It was all my clumsy foolishness. You're very wise, and I thank you for keeping my shop open. Without you, I'd be starving or in a different profession altogether, and you allow me to do what I love, sir." And the Baron stands up out of his chair and walks over to Blinsky and helps him up off his feet. And he says, "You're a good man. You bring joy to the children here and help out with the festivals. You're crucial in my plan to save this town from the curse of Strahd." All will be well. All will be well.
Burgomaster, as we left, we saw flashing lights in the attic. Do you know anything about that?
No, I know my son likes to stay up there and lock himself into his studies. If he's not reading in my library, he's off in the attic. I believe he likes his privacy, but I find it a bit unnatural that he doesn't get outside more.
It could change. He's studying magic, you said.
No, he studies books. I don't believe that the boy has any interest in the arcane.
You may want to double check that, Baron.
I believe I will take that advice. Thank you.
Come, gentlemen. I think it's best we're away before we take up any more of the Burgomaster's valuable time.
Agreed.
Well, it was a pleasure to have you in my house again. It's good to meet you, Mr. Jeeves.
Indeed.
As for the rest of you, I will enjoy making you guest of honor at the upcoming festival. 2 days. Until then, feel free to roam about as you wish. You are guests, after all.
As we will.
Thank you. Bow elaborately and then leave.
Same.
Baron, I apologize for my rudeness earlier this morning. I was quite distraught by what I'd learned.
Yes, false information can be quite damaging, but my wisdom has prevailed. Nothing hasty was done.
As he's leaving, Elias helps Mr. Blinsky out.
Yes, and Mr. Blinsky looks miserable, although the news seemed to have gone well with him. All in all, he has a dead monkey in his purse.
Come, let's visit the church and lay poor Piccolo to rest.
All right. It is there that you find your new young apprentice, Milov. He's in the church, shovel in hand as always. He would offer assistance if you'd ask him to bury the little animal.
Milov, can we borrow you for a moment?
Yes, of course. And he says,
Poor Mr.
am I to refer to you as Master now?
I rather like being called Master, so yes.
Yes, Master. How may I help you?
Mr. Blinsky has lost his poor little pet in a terrible accident. I was hoping you would help him lay him to rest.
I do not know the Father's policy on burying animals in holy ground, but what he doesn't know can't hurt him, right? And then
Yes.
he says, well, I mean, this time.
I will speak to him. Or I will have the Crusader speak to him. I might do that.
And he says,
Certainly.
well, I've got a good spot for a tiny little body. And he brings you to kind of a inside corner on the outside of the church where two walls meet. The cornerstone of the foundation of the church looks like there's a nice little spot right there that you could fit a tiny little body in. And he stabs his shovel into the soft, moist earth as the rain still falls, and in no time has a hole large enough to set the monkey in. And Blinsky produces Piccolo with its little pink tutu that he made for it and places him down into the earth. He says, you are a good monkey. I was very fortunate to have you. I'm sorry that you had to die. And Malav looks around like, should I throw mud on this thing?
So Elias steps forward and places his hand on Blinsky's shoulder, and as he does, he bows his head and says a short prayer, just something simple. It says, "Lord, please give this man comfort as he falls, and I pray that justice may be served. And ultimately, Father, that you would take care of this man, and that he may find another in this world to be precious to him." And at the conclusion of that, Elias kind of turns and heads towards the inside of the church.
Okay. Malav begins to bury the monkey, and once you get inside the church, what would you like to do?
Is Father Lucian there?
Always, yes. As soon as you walk in, you see him there with his small little altar boy.
Yes, Father, we have come back. I'm not sure if you're aware, but Blinsky's store was set afire, and he lost his pet today. And we have presently brought the young animal, a monkey, and we have buried him away from the grave area on the corner of the church, and I hope that is okay.
I've never placed the bones of an animal at this church. You do know that they don't have souls. They won't go to heaven, yes?
Yes, I didn't have time to consult with you or agree to this myself, but I can't bear to see the man deal with any more grief, and I do know and agree that there is no soul for the animal and it is eternally lost, but given the present situation and the graveness of this man's current situation, I could not refuse it.
Was this a request of his that the monkey be buried at a church?
At this point, Jack will enter. Actually, it was mine. Funerals are for the living. The dead do not care.
Psst, restart the music.
Okay, music number 5.
Yep. You can feel free to play whatever you like, Brent. You got control of the jukebox tonight. But Father Lucian says, I'm not offended. It's fine. You friends are instrumental into keeping this church safe with bringing the bones back, helping me secure them back from where they had gone off to. So, of course, yes, if this is one small comfort that I can give to you, sorry for your loss.
Thank you, Father. I wanted to be sure that you didn't think some ill was afoot or something strange goings on were happening in the churchyard. So I thank you.
Yes, well, as long as it's consecrated ground, we won't have to worry about any monkey skeletons attacking us. And he awkwardly laughed. Like he made a joke. You know.
Yeah, we've actually been attacked by monkey skeletons in the village of Barovia, so but hopefully we see nothing like that
That
here.
wasn't a monkey, that was a gorilla,
Yeah,
I think.
Yes.
That was an ape.
Hey, yeah.
Well, gorillas are apes.
Throwing barrels, no less.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you'll excuse us, sir, we will be on our way.
Peace be with you.
And God be with you. Okay.
Elias, I crave your consultation.
What's that?
I crave your consultation.
And you shall have it. What is it, my friend?
What's your take on the situation as far as the two friends we've made in town?
You're talking about the Watcher family.
Look around in the church. Yes, we're talking about the Watcher family.
Oh, my apologies,
And
my friend. You know, I don't have the knack for
Yes.
subterfuge and subtlety that you do. I apologize. Yes.
What I want to take.
Yes, I do not see a great outcome on either side. If we hand control of this town to them, then they get closer to Strahd. So it seems we are between a rock and a hard place on either side.
And if we leave the town in the Burgomaster's control, Ezek continues his reign of terror.
Yes, it is a contest of two evils, and I'm not certain. Well, I am certain which one is greater. It depends on how close the Watcher family chooses to side with Strahd, or if they just have some loose association with him. I don't know.
From what I gathered, they wish they do not currently have associated. I believe they would sucker favor with the vampire.
And there's no guarantee the vampire would grant it to them. As we've seen in the past, he does not hand his favor out easily.
No, but we have also seen that there are plenty of dark powers who would take their patronage.
Yes. I don't know. Which do you prefer?
I lean honestly towards the Burgomaster. If we could take Ezek out and leave him in power, I think that might be for the best. But I believe that if we take Ezek out, his hold on the town will crumble quickly. He's in power largely because of Ezek.
You know, I think a likely scenario, depending on how this ends up, is he would likely seek us to replace Ezek should something happen to us and us not be implicated in his demise. And should that happen, we may be able to leverage some security in his mind of what the situation is.
Because you think the man is completely mad. He's paranoid. The man is completely mad. He's paranoid. I think, honestly, what would be for the best is if we walked away and let them continue fighting it out. Most likely, but...
Yes, that is a good point, my friend. I would seek that all justice and good be done in this world, but as you say, we do have many things to attend to, and this town's problems are mostly not a concern to us. My only the only concern I have, really, is what we've done with this town and its vampires. That is my number one fear right now, is that they may return.
And another reason that we perhaps should not remove Ezek. He is crucial in the town's defense. He is their strongest warrior.
Yes. So, the best action may be inaction, so long as we can guarantee that the most people are safe as possible, given the current... Go ahead.
And possibly the Watcher family.
I didn't get the first part of that.
We then make an enemy with the Watcher family. As well, Alexandra will not be pleased.
Alexandra is never pleased.
Excuse you?
My apologies, good woman.
Ezek
It has
would
been
disagree.
Yeah.
It has been quite a trying time since we've been here. I would love to be rid of the whole experience altogether, but I feel that I have some responsibility given what has happened so far.
I feel I have some responsibility as well. That being said, I wonder if we try to how that would work out for us.
If we would what now?
Try to fix the marriage between the son and the daughter.
That is a grand idea.
Or if we're just throwing good time after bad. As I said at the Watcher Estate, I've been doing far too much talking and not nearly enough time thinking.
That's the best thing I've heard all day is fixing this this marriage, if it's agreeable to both sides. It's very interesting to me that the Watcher family was so open to doing that, and now have turned so openly to violence and spying.
Because that may very well be the same outcome, and at that point we could likely even remove Ezek as well.
Hmm.
At
Yes.
which point the two families have to work together, for they both have a vested interest. But both families still exist for at least several more generations. This town will, at least until the end of this generation and likely the next, the fighting between them will still continue somewhat. They'll balance each other out.
Yes, I'm afraid you're right. We can't fix generations of conflict between these families, and it may not be our place to do so.
Oh no, I'm saying it's a good thing. If we can fix the marriage, at that point they will have a vested interest to keep the town safe and together.
Yeah.
And they would do that. The means of which would stay largely the same. Because a rolling stone gathers no moss.
Yeah. I follow, my friend. I think that is the best thing we've come up with so far.
You just cut out completely, Logan.
Logan,
Logan, you're cutting out completely.
Sound like GLaDOS.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you have to give us that again, because we didn't get it.
I wonder if he's on his phone. Like he's just played this game remote like the whole time, just over.
It's very impressive,
over the
yeah.
phone. Yeah.
Oh, what do you think, Mr. Jeeves?
Yeah. Mark, you're so quiet, man. You gotta jump in there. We've played probably about 3 games without like hardly any physical combat going on.
I know. It's been, yeah. Oh, my hands are getting stickier.
That doesn't sound good, buddy.
Oh,
It really doesn't sound good at all.
Oh my god.
Man, you Belmonts are weird.
Alexander's been getting all the fun, so, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't know what he and Rictavio did up in that room, okay? So,
Ooh.
hush.
Or Jack and the boys. So yeah.
And now we know what Jack and the Boy did.
Fingler time. Yeah.
Okay, back on track.
Yeah. So, Mr. Jeeves, what do you think? Elias asked a good question.
We lost the Logan.
Yeah, we did. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Mr. Jeeves is very skilled when it comes to navigating the nuances between rich families. So in both the Volakoviches and the Watchers, you could play your butler tune to the right, in the right way that would probably get you in favor with them, kind of like Jack has. You've spent years around people like this, so you know how to talk right and say the right things and gain their favor pretty easily.
I don't know. It's been getting me in trouble a lot lately.
Yeah, I know his mouth has not worked out to the greatest advantage so far.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's tough to kind of come back from an accusation like that, but anything's possible. At least you're not in shackles anymore. Your head's out of that noose.
Yeah, that was mostly me, though.
I swear to Christ.
There he is.
Hey.
Welcome back.
What's your take on this, Elias? What think you?
So the last couple of things you said, Logan, I missed. So what did you say? How did you end the conversation?
I believe the last point that you were kind of hovering at was getting the marriage to work.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely agreeing with that. And I was asking Jeeves what he thought, and I also turned to Alexandra if she has any input. Or is she just kind of still in the, just wanting to get back at Isaac?
She was trying to talk to him alone this entire time. You guys just followed her and assumed that she was going to do something awful.
And where are we at right now?
Outside the mansion?
Outside of the church.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You just buried the monkey.
Believe me, we would not be saying all this outside the mansion.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had the mansion pulled up on my screen.
Alexandra, if you were to get Isaac alone, what would you do with him?
Well.
Not this time, for sure. Come on.
Sorry, give me a second.
I broke her.
Why not? Wear his ass out, put him to sleep, stick a sword in his neck.
Is that what they're calling it these days?
God, stop. Let me compose myself for 2 fucking seconds, guys.
Then we quietly dispose of the body in the tiger. No, not with the tiger. That's implicating Rotavio.
I wanted to find out the truth. Nothing more.
I see. How do you feel about this idea of removing him?
I think it would be a monumentally terrible idea for this town. For the safety of everyone in this town.
A fair enough assumption. And what about the idea of fixing this marriage that Jack has proposed?
The girl is insane, and the boy wants nothing more to do with her. He seemed perfectly content casting spells up in his bedroom. It wouldn't surprise me if he's the one that drove her insane just by casting some weird, fizzled-out magic spell on her.
Actually, that's a good idea. That being said, I know from experience that you might be casting spells in your bedroom because you can't have a wife.
What?
Well, as the most peaceable possibility, I would at least like to speak to this young man. It sounds like he may not be on the best terms with his family if he coops himself up all day like this. So I wonder if he has some other interest or motive.
And you just think the Baron will let you stroll right up there and speak with him?
Certainly not, and I really don't want to go back there. It seems we have no strong options at any turn. It will be the easiest to access the Watcher family's home, as we seem quite welcome there. If we could talk the lady of the house into letting us see her daughter, but of course, as we've all observed, she's not quite of sound mind.
I think we should stay as far away from that family as possible.
Yeah. Well, I guess one option of this scenario is that you go and you try to find out what Ezek will give you as far as the truth. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that in any sort of bad way. And from there we assess the situation, and if we have to move on from this place, we.
First and foremost, I suggest you and Jack return to the...
Return to what?
Sorry, mic cut out. I had to plug it back in. I suggest you and Jack return to the Blue Water Inn. We owe that family an apology for not having dealt with their wine situation today.
Oh, yes, we did.
We still can. It's fairly early in the day.
Yep. It's still early morning.
It is, but not what we set out to do thus far.
Yes, but we could presently do that. It may be best to clear our minds and set ourselves to another task.
I want to get to the bottom of this.
Well, Jack, Jeeves, do you suppose we should go to the Blue Water Inn or go on ourselves to take care of the wine issue?
How far outside of town is it?
It didn't sound quite far at all.
Yeah, you got the impression it was about the same distance from here in Vallaki to the Wizard of Wines as it was from the village of Barovia to Vallaki.
That's further than I thought it would be.
Well, they said it was close to Kresk, so... It really didn't take you guys, you know, all that long to get there.
But longer than we'd like to be without Alexandra.
Probably.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Okay, well, I don't think it would take long for Alexandra to talk to... I couldn't find a word. So, I guess we should go back then, and do you have any other ideas? Guess not.
Yeah, if you're talking, April, we can't hear you.
No, I'm not asking her.
Sorry. I know, you weren't asking me.
Oh.
So I mean, at this point, we could just assume Alexandra's going to go because we're excusing her to do what she's going to do.
Alright, so who's doing what now?
I don't know if Jack and Jeeves are here right now. Oh, there he is.
I'm here.
Okay, so are you guys down with going to? back to the Blue Water Inn since we don't really have the time or
Right.
to do anything else.
Yep.
Okay. Unless there was some other task or spying or whatever that Jack needs to do.
I guess we lost Logan, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, well, let's play out what Alexander's doing then.
What is that exactly?
Well, apart from heading back to the manor and trying to get in to see Isaac again, maybe she'll head off to that seedy little bar that they went to.
Okay.
To the where?
There was another tavern where she had last met Isaac.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It was a lot more comfortable than the stockyards. So, are you going to the tavern, or are you going to the mansion?
She'll head to the mansion. Don't fancy sitting at the tavern.
Okay. Are you going to knock on the front door, or what would you like?
Well, considering she has no idea where his bedroom is, that would probably be the best option. Otherwise, she would have just broken the window.
I have to wonder if Jack would protest to her doing this.
Why would he? I mean,
timing, conflict, I don't know. But it doesn't matter now, I guess. I think she was going to do it anyway. Probably.
Yeah, she was.
Let's see here. Trying to figure out where Isaac is at the moment. Yeah, okay. So, you return to the mansion, and when you knock on the door, you are greeted once again by the lovely wife. And, she does not look quite pleased to see you again. But she says, "Oh, well, welcome back, dear. How may I help you? I didn't expect to see you so soon."
Baroness, I apologize for how rude I was earlier. I was quite distraught over something that happened, but apparently we were fed wrong information.
Yes, well, what is it I can do to help?
Is Isaac here? I would like to speak to him.
No, dear, I believe he's on his rounds. He has his duties to perform. And by all means, call me Lydia.
Do you know where he'd be right now, Lydia?
Probably checking in around the walls.
And that's where I'll look. Thank you, and I'm sorry again.
Goodbye.
Take care.
And she closes the door.
And she bows and walks off. Now to pick a wall.
Yeah, there's just one. It goes all the way around the city.
I guess she will head towards the south part of the wall first.
Okay. Along the south part of the wall, you can see there's a platform that's built up that kind of runs the length of the wall, and that's where the guards peek out over the top. to keep watch. You can see guards posted every great once in a while between the large logs that make up the main supporting structure of the wall. But you don't see Ezek.
Suppose she'll call out to one of the other guards then and see if they've seen him.
The guard waves you over so he can hear you well, and when you ask about the whereabouts of the captain, he wants to know, well, what is it that you need the captain for? We can help you if there is trouble.
Not so much trouble. I just had something I needed to speak to him.
Personal matter, I see. I do not know where he is at the moment. He makes his rounds every few hours and will check on us. You're welcome to wait here, but it may be a few hours.
I think I'll take my chances with wandering. Thank you, gentlemen.
Of course.
And with that, she's going to head towards the gate.
Which gate? You have
The
gate.
one we came in.
Alright, yes, that would be the easternmost gate. And you see the two same guards that introduced you when you first showed up in Valaki.
Good morning, gentlemen. Have you... I can't talk. Have either of you seen the captain of the guard?
The female one goes, gentlemen. Head of the guard, no. We haven't seen Ezek yet. He's yet to come by.
If you happen to see him before I do, can you just tell him to meet me at the tavern?
Will he know who we were talking about? We didn't get your name, ma'am.
Alexandra.
Ah, yes, we will relay that message.
Thank you.
Alright. So,
To the north part of the wall.
I can guess that you'll just go to the tavern and wait, or are you gonna...
Yeah, just head to the tavern.
Alright. Well, while she is searching for Ezek, what would you guys like to do?
Well, I suppose for once we'll do what she told us to do, and go to Blue Water Inn.
Okay.
Oh, gee, how convenient.
We get
What a
back-
novel idea!
While she's not around to appreciate you following orders.
The best moment, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, unless the other guys have anything they want to do, I don't have. Elias doesn't have any other ideas.
Same.
Jack thinks it's probably a best idea to get some distance and clear his head of the blue water.
Yeah, he needs some time to think, right?
Jack, how do you feel about Alexandra on her quest to talk to Ezek? It was a question raised while you were unavailable. Not that I brought it up.
Say what?
Elias was wondering about what Jack would have thought about Alexandra's quest to go talk to Ezek at the moment.
Nothing wrong with it. I think it would be best if she did, honestly. There's absolutely no benefit in any of us going with her. Unless a fight happens, and I doubt that'll happen if she's alone. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's more or less what I thought too.
All right. Well, all of the boys find themselves back at the Blue Water Inn. Danica is surprised to see you. She thought that you would have been gone for the rest of the day.
We had some trouble with a friend's fire.
Oh, yes. The whole town's heard about the fire. Poor Belinsky. He's such a misunderstood artist. Our boys love his toys.
Speaking of, where is Blinsky now? Is he still with us?
Yeah, actually, he is.
Oh, good. We brought him.
Just leave him there at the manor.
Well, he was at the church with the monkey funeral.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present Mr. Blinsky.
Yes, it's early morning still. No real patrons in the bar, except for the two wolf trappers, it looks like, or hunters that you first saw when you made your way into the Blue Water Inn for the first time. Those guys are here.
Perhaps Mr. Blinsky would appreciate some breakfast after everything that's happened.
When you say that, you
I
are
didn't say that.
not
She's
even
not
there.
there.
Yeah, never mind. But yeah, Blinsky's tummy rumbles. He would enjoy some breakfast. So, okay.
Perhaps
so,
Mr. Blinsky would enjoy some breakfast.
yeah, so he'll enjoy some breakfast, and eventually, a few hours later, Ezek gets the message. So, he enters the tavern, not the Blue Water Inn, but the other tavern that's it's not as nice, and sees Alexandra sitting at one of the tables.
Looking less than thrilled.
Yes, as is he, and he walks up with his big axe in hand, and he says, "Good day, lady. You called for me."
Why'd you do it?
Do what?
You know what I'm talking about, Ezek.
I've no idea.
You burnt down the toy shop.
I did no such thing.
There was a witness, Ezek. Don't lie to me.
I do not believe that you have such a witness. Because I didn't do it.
Then what happened? Because I wasn't there. We walk up, we see the toy shop in flames. The doll is missing, and Blinsky's on his hands and he's crying with a dead monkey in his hands.
Yes, the guards said that a fire had broke out. They did their best to put it out as quickly as possible and salvaged his shop. That is all I
And
know.
the doll,
What of the doll?
it's gone.
Yes, I retrieved that from him. Before the fire.
And why should I believe you?
Why should you not?
Maybe because they have no reason to lie.
And I do.
You have every reason to lie, knowing how upset I would be if I were to find out otherwise.
Your upset concerns me none.
It should.
And why is that?
Because I don't take kindly to those who threaten my friends, Ezek. And as much as I would have liked to consider you one, the circumstances and the evidence are quite damning. Pardon the pun.
You injure my heart, lady, that you would accuse me of such things.
Then prove me wrong.
I can have my guards look into it. I'm sure they can procure evidence if you need it.
How am I supposed to believe a word you say?
I don't understand why you need to.
Sorry, lamp just fell over.
Good job, Lamp. The lamp went limp.
Isaac, did you do it or not? Just tell me the truth.
When I heard that you had called me to this tavern, I was hoping I would get something other than a bunch of accusations and things to worry about.
What you get depends on whether or not you lie to me or tell me the truth.
So what do I get if I tell you the truth?
At that, she just smiles.
How about you give me that first and then we'll talk? We'll be very honest.
If I find out otherwise, Isaac, I swear to God, that'll be the end of you.
I promise full honesty. But before anything is damaged between us, shall we go upstairs?
With a sigh and a roll of her eyes, she nods.
All right. He gives the tavern keep a knowing nod, as if he's been used to this routine, and goes up to the upper story, to the room that you had previously occupied with him, locks the door behind him, and shall I just fast forward, or what?
That would probably be best.
Okay. Fast forward a few moments to where you're both unclothed and in the moment, and he begins to strangle you with his demonic hand, clasped tight around your throat. You can feel a flash of hot fire erupt from it. And that's where we'll end for tonight.
Great.
Oh, goody.
You bastard!
And we're nowhere around.
Nope. We're at the pub.
All right, well, next week, I believe, is the 4th of July, or weekend, and I've got lots of plans, so I think that my leave of absence is soon. Don't know if we're playing next week. Let me check the date real quick.
I think that's the following Wednesday.
Next week we play, it's the following Wednesday.
Okay, all right. Well then, we will get to play, and then how many... Let me look at my calendar real quick. All right, so... Yeah.
We've got one more, and then you're away.
Yeah, me too. We should do a double whammy.
Man,
just to make it through the next couple weeks.
I will be super duper busy when the Netflix Castlevania comes out.
Me too.
Man, I have to watch it.
I took the entire day off.
You were going to binge it all in one day?
I'm going to stream the entire fucking thing multiple times throughout the day.
Okay, so it's only 4 episodes, right? This season?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so... What, is that 4 hours? That's not bad.
That's 6 times in the day.
I mean, they're 30 minutes apiece, I'm pretty sure.
Really? I thought they were an hour.
Nah.
Well, that will be disappointing.
There needs to be more.
Yeah.
Why isn't there more?
Yeah.
Well, there's a second season planned at least, so...
Yeah, but who wants to...
I know, who wants to wait that long? Just throw it all together.
I know, right? Yeah. And I don't really think they'll do all 4 episodes at one time. They'll probably be spaced out every week, I imagine.
No. No, they have to release them all at once.
One every 2 weeks.
Well, I think that the next session will be quite the climax of, no pun intended. Will come to a head. I mean, oh jeez, how do I put this?
Damn it, Mike.
Wow.
I think a lot of tension will be.
Just fucking stop.
Oh boy.
Anyways,
The conclusion.
Get
think
back
we
to
should-
the steamy session next week.
God, Logan, don't.
But it could be smoking hot.
Just stop, dude.
It's not my fault you're all up in
Stop.
arms about it.
Even the cat is tired of your lame puns. Just stop.
These are gorgeous puns.
well, I'll get this
But
one
yeah,
uploaded.
I think we should. I think we should do a double whammy session next week, or something along those lines to tide us over for the week we're going to be without.
No promises. We'll see what we can fit in. All right. Well, I'm stopping the recording.